Let me ask you a question. How much did you influence the results that you have gotten in your life? It's an important question. I can tell you that I was taught at a young age to pull myself up by my bootstraps, that I'm responsible for the results in my life. And it made sense. And it kind of worked. But is it true? I'm asking you, is it true? Well, I was just on the internet looking around, and I was looking for some quotes, the type of quotes that we see. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Yeah, that is about accountability. That is about individual responsibility. Holding your team accountable isn't an exercise in control, it's an exercise in empowerment. So accountability, someone else posted this: accept responsibility for your actions, be accountable for your results, take ownership of your mistakes. Here's another one: blaming puts other people in charge of your happiness, accepting responsibility empowers you to create your own. Everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want a different result, make a different choice. Does this make sense to you? Well, it made sense to me. I mean, all my life, I kind of thought that is the way it works. That is life. But there's so much going on in the world that we've seen that starts to pull that into question. And I just wanted to mention that there was somebody in my life, Dr. Deming, and Dr. Deming came into my life when I was 24, 25, when I studied with him and took his seminars. And basically what I learned from that was that, in fact, the output of a system, and the output in this case, he talked about a business. The output of a business is much more than just a lot of individual people working really hard. In fact, what do we see in life these days in business? Everybody's working on their KPIs. And as Dr. Deming often said, best efforts won't get us out of here. In other words, everybody working at their best is not enough to solve the problems. So, to think about this question that I've been thinking about, I decided to ask a question on Twitter. So here's the question that I asked. What percent of your outcomes in life came from your efforts, and what percent from your environment and resources? What about you? What do you think? Well, in this case, I gave 3 choices. I figured it doesn't make sense to say 0% effort, and it doesn't make sense to say 100% effort. So I said, okay, which one are you closest to? 25% effort, 50% effort, 75% effort? Now, if you say 75% effort, it means 25% the system, the environment, the resources. So what's your choice? Got it? Okay, so now, here's the question on Twitter. I asked it last night. I woke up early this morning, so it's got a black background. And you guys ready for the answer? Are you ready? All right. So the first answer, 23% of people said 25% effort, meaning 75% of their outcome is determined by the environment and resources. Woo, that's very interesting. Now, let's look at the 50-50 group. Here we see 43% of people said it's 50-50. Well, that doesn't work really with me, because I was brought up that it's 100% effort. That's what's going to get you. And it seems like that makes sense, right? Or doesn't it? So here we can see 66% of the people that I surveyed said that it was 50% or less that effort determined their outcome. Now, what about the final option? 75% effort. So 34% of people said 75% effort. Now, if it's me and I think about this, particularly all my life, I would say that I would have definitely chosen 75% effort. But as I started to learn about what Dr. Deming taught over the years, I realized that it's more than just effort that produces a result in business, that it is many things. So let's look at that for a second. What are some of these things? Well, we've said individual effort, we've said environment and resources. I'm going to say there's some other factors that we just don't know, and then there's luck. Some things just happen. So being an analyst, I want to make a formula of that. So let's make a formula of that. So we see that we have the individual results, the environment, luck, and then the symbol basically to represent other factors. So we can simplify that formula into individual effort plus other factors. Now, Dr. Deming talked about this and the individual effort versus the system. He often called it system. And to say that the output of the results of a business was really a function of the combination of these two. And the question is, what percent of the results of a business are coming from the individual effort versus other factors? Would you like to know the percent that Dr. Deming said? 90% come from other factors. Now that blew me away. That means only 10% from individual efforts of your employees. That blew me away when he told me that 25 years ago, and it still makes me think hard these days. If you want to learn more about what he's talking about and how you can apply that and how you can make sense of that, just send me a comment in this post and I'll try to give you more information on it. But it really blew my mind.